All right, thank you for joining me, people. Today, this is Oliver Hammonds. Today, we're going to be showing you the Vocalist Live 2, which is a vocal processor. What it does essentially is do backups. Oh God, the good old backups. It's like the Led Zeppelin songs. I can tell you a story once where I was playing a duet, and my other guy didn't show up, so it was quite disastrous. But having one of these things would be pretty cool at that time, since the style is new and the pay is the same as the old Led Zeppelin lyric goes. So it gets harder and harder for us musicians to get out there and play with entire bands because, well, the pay is the same. And inflation goes up, people. Anyhow. This processor here, the differences between it and other processors is that you don't have to program it or do any key changes with it. Like, for example, you'd be doing like a tap dance, say if something was an E, like E major, you would have to program E major into the harmonizer. But this guy here, the Digitech Vocalist Live 2, essentially does is you run your guitar through it and it pretty much follows the chord progression that you're playing, which I'll explain to you here in a little bit and show you, instead of programming each individual scale or chord, no matter what it is. And it's pretty cool. What I'm going to show you right now is all right, what we're going to go through now is how to hook it up and how, as I explained to you, how it works with the chords, with the guitar chords, that is. Basically what it does is you run the guitar in through here into the guitar in, the guitar through, which goes to your amp or PA. That way it's able to listen with that. And also it has an XLR mono mic in. And don't forget it's got phantom power up here. See, it's turning on. If you have a condenser mic. Next we're going to look at how to hook it up. It has the mono XLR in and the mono out, which goes to your mixer. Or if you decide to go stereo, you got a line out left and a line out right to go in stereo to the mixer. And if you choose, man, you can also go to an XLR, having 3 different channels if you choose to, which is pretty cool. And don't forget it has a mic input level where you adjust the volume of the mic, because this guy's kind of hot. You want to be careful with him. Along with it comes with a power supply, which is 9 volts alternating current and 1.3 amps. And that's pretty much essentially bare bones, straight to the point. Let's get to the effects and the harmonies. Okay, at this point we're gonna look at what's on the front panel of the Vocalist Live 2. The first guy we got is a compressor that's built in, which I forgot to mention earlier. There's effects built into this, so at the same time you get a double dose, you know, some effects, which you can run 2 at a time. Say you want studio or some clarity with the studio, you can do that and kind of enhance it here with the reverb, which I'll be showing you later, and the compressor as well, to kind of get a better mic sound, since we're using, you know, it's basically a vocal processor. Or say you wanted room and shine, or hall and resonance, and so forth. Okay, now for the good part. Right here we have the harmony mix button, which is the level of what the vocal harmonies are coming out of. What I normally suggest is to put it around 12 o'clock, which a lot of people also suggest as well through their live use of this machine. The first guy we got is a third higher, which is a third of the whatever chord you're playing, or whatever the machine determines whatever the harmony is going to be, or whichever scale and so forth. And you also have a 5th higher. So if you choose, you can do these 2 at a time. You can have just 1 harmony or 2. You got high and higher and high. I personally prefer to use 1 through my experience, and a lot of other people agree with me as well. And next we got Unison, which to me is supposed to be like double tracking, which thickens up the voice. And then you have an engine 2, which kind of gives it probably a lower, in my opinion, it does, a lower kind of thing. It thickens up everything. And lastly, we got low, a third lower, and a fifth lower, which would be, to me, more like the male vocal backup, as I'm saying. So at this point, here's where the fun begins. You can go a third lower and a fifth higher, which to me would sound like a low male voice and a high fifth higher female voice, going matching your majors or minors or whatever dominant chords that are going on. And that's pretty neat. And how you do it is you press the button here, because it's essentially like a stomp unit, and you just hit the button and you're ready to go. And we'll be getting to that here in a second. And that's your Vocalist Live 2. Pretty bare bones, pretty simple, basic, great stuff. All right, now we're going to check out what it sounds like finally. First of all, we're going to check out a third higher with it, with a harmony, maybe with some Bob Dylan or Guns N' Roses or whoever else did it. Everybody else, including myself. We're going to try a third higher. We're going to throw in some Hall effects as well with it. Let's see what we get out of this thing. Okay. Okay.
My heart shaped this gun for me. I can't use it anymore. Too dark, too tired to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door.
Now we're gonna try. We're gonna do a fifth higher and see how that goes. This would be the higher one. That's the third, and then we're gonna try both after that. Ready?
Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door.
Again, use your own discretion when using the backups, because remember, they are backups. And you gotta watch your notes as well, because it's not gonna, it only does a half a step closest to those, so you gotta be on as well. It's not like other things in this business, like auto-tune, where people who can't sing or singing because the machine's doing all the work for them. This does not do that for you. Vocalist 2 Live, checking out those harmonies. Just had some more time to go through some more songs, but you get the idea. And it's less robotic, in my opinion, than other processors. And don't forget to go to Digitech.com. You can pick one of these up for around $300, and if you shop around, maybe even two. So make sure you get to the Digitech.com to check this out. Don't forget, $300 is Oliver Hammonds. Thank you.